This is the plaintiff, Justo Ucolano. He says he planned to share an apartment with the defendant, and let's just say things didn't work out too well with her. The woman is as shifty as they come. He still owed his security deposit and hopes the judge awards him the $760 he's owed. This is the defendant, Amanda. She says the problems occurred when the plaintiff made it clear he wasn't only looking for a roommate, he was also looking for a friend and a partner. A friend and partner? No way, buddy, not interested. When she refused the hanky-panky, he disappeared. Owe him money? Ha! She's accused of not playing along.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff and the defendant were planning on sharing an apartment together, but he says she pilfered the security. The defendant says the plaintiff wanted way more than a roommate. It's the case of single white male.
Okay, Justo Ucolano, you are suing Amanda. You've asked us not to refer to your last name.
Yes, please.
For $760 that you want returned to you, that you paid to her in order to hold an apartment, and according to you, she changed the rules, and according to you, he changed the rules. Tell me what happened.
Okay. Well, on January 24th, I contacted Amanda via a Craigslist ad that I answered. I'm a little nervous.
Yes, Craigslist keeps us in business. Go ahead.
So we arranged the meeting. I came with my friend Trisha, and we went to view the apartment. Once I entered the apartment, I was met by Miss Amanda, and she showed me around, and we spoke a little bit. And I was very in love with the apartment. It had hardwood floors, nice bathroom. The bathroom was nice. I love bathrooms. Tiles. And it was very large. So I was moving in with my dog. And so I mentioned that I had an animal. And we spoke about that briefly. And she
you
said...
had no problem with that?
Well, originally my ad, Your Honor, asked for no pets except for a goldfish. But obviously, seeing that his email was from CCNY and that's my school, I feel like I wanted to make some exception for him. His girlfriend I recognized from some classes I had taken. I feel like I just wanted to do something to help a fellow schoolmate.
Okay. So, and what kind of animal was it?
Pitbull.
Oh.
Trained as a guard dog.
Trained as a guard dog.
But I was okay
so
with
you liked that idea.
I was okay with it
Okay,
because I
you take
wanted
the
to
good
help.
with the bad. The people bite somebody, then okay. All right, so go on.
He's a very lovable animal.
Okay, I'm sure.
And so we spoke briefly. She agreed. I also told her that the animal was well trained, but that wasn't.
Okay, but anyway, that's not really the issue here. So you want to take the apartment.
Correct.
Do you sign anything?
No.
Because something was going to be signed when? On the day he moves in?
I gave him a receipt and the lease was going to be signed on the day that he moved in on the 1st. He read the lease off my computer. He corrected his name because honestly, I misspelled the I and the U of his first name.
Okay.
And I couldn't really pronounce it well either. And when I received his email, I didn't know if it was a male or a female. I mean, it's maybe sounding a little ignorant for me, but I had asked for a female in my ad again.
You did?
Yes.
Okay, did she ask for a female in the ad?
I have a copy of my ad.
Do you have the ad?
here.
Let me see. Do you have the ad?
No.
Okay, but in any event, everybody got past the dog. Everybody got past the gender. Everybody, and you two decide that you're going to be roommates. So what went wrong?
Well, I was a little taken aback that I didn't get a copy of the lease, not even to look at it. I had never seen the lease, and
Why didn't you just ask for it?
well, I did, and she told me no.
But why? Why don't you just press print and then you have it?
She didn't have any copy paper or ink. I'd never seen the lease.
Is there a reason why you don't want him to have the lease beforehand?
Your Honor, that none of what he's saying right now is true.
It's not true.
It's
You didn't
not
care
true.
if he had the lease.
He saw the lease.
I understand he saw the lease, but
Yes.
why didn't he have a copy of it?
He never asked for it that day.
Okay, so he's all right.
Yes.
So fine. So you never saw a copy. According to you, you never got the lease, and then what happens? But you're still happy, and you're going to move in. What went wrong?
Well, she started acting a little shifty. I kept asking for the lease later that day and a couple days later. And I have some text messages to prove that. And so I asked her, and then she made up an excuse that my computer broke. So I got a little scared.
Can I see those text messages?
Of course.
If you like, Your Honor, I have copies of all those text messages for you.
Yeah, let me see. My laptop is at the Genius Bar in the Apple Store getting a new LCD
I
screen.
leave
Totally
it back
did not
there.
drop
She
it.
has
No
them.
siree. I won't have it back till Tuesday. All right, and Tuesday, why was Tuesday a problem? Tuesday wasn't a problem.
No, it wasn't a problem. She never gave me the lease.
Okay, I understand that, but apparently you were fine with that until you weren't. What really happened? Where are you living now?
I live downstairs from my parents' home.
Oh, was that place available when you were looking for this one?
No.
Oh, and then it became available?
Yeah, my mother.
And then that's
made
great
it.
because then your mother cooks and you throw your laundry up there.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't I look at this as maybe you just changed your mind about the apartment?
So you're moving in with somebody and they say, oh, did I mention I have a dog? And by the way, it's a pit bull. You cool with that?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
Because I don't want a dog at my house.
Does it matter that it's a pit bull?
No, it doesn't matter. I just don't want a dog in my house if I don't know about it.
Okay, does it matter that it's a pit bull?
Yeah, it does. It based off on how you trained the dog. So I don't actually know, but
You don't know how the dog's trained and you don't want to roll the dice.
Right.
What's your point? Going inside the courtroom.
What, are you Hispanic?
Yes.
Okay, that could be the best of all worlds, but not could be. That is the best of all worlds. Coming from a Hispanic household, I can tell you, you get to move out, have your own place, but your mommy still does everything for you. It's perfect.
At this point in my life, if I had been able to move home, I would have taken it
Yeah,
any
absolutely.
second.
And move
so-
downstairs, and then you have them right
Of
upstairs,
course.
as much or as little.
Of
And, no, that's
course.
great. All right, but what really was the reason you didn't want to move in there?
Well, basically, when I had seen the lease, it said that the electricity would be something like $80. So I thought that was a bit excessive. So I texted her and I said, "Good morning, Amanda. Let's talk about how we can, use a better disbursement of funds, how we can minimize the rent and the output from my end and your end, and make the household, run more efficiently." She wasn't having that. She said the terms were they weren't agreeable to her.
What? I'm sorry. What were you? As I understand it, your rent was your utilities were included in your rent.
Right.
So what did you want? You want the rent to be lower?
No, I wasn't sure if she was trying to scam me because $80.
But she started because I think you're trying to scam her. So far, what I'm listening to, I don't understand. What your rent is included, your utilities are included in your rent. So what is it that you wanted to change? You wanted your rent to be lower.
No, there was a clause that if the electricity went higher than the normal,
Than what it had normally been, which was $80.
I would be responsible for
Right.
it. Right. I wanted the utilities to be lower.
Right, but you want your rent to be lower, and then we'd work on utilities after that. Was that what you were shooting
Right.
for? Right. So you want your rent to be lower. All right. Now you get from him. So I've looked at the texts, and the texts are all happy. Aren't we happy? We're both looking forward to this. Happy,
Right,
happy.
right.
We are the world. We
Until
are
they're
the
not.
child. Everybody's holding hands. Everything's
Yes.
kumbaya. And then on January 30th, you get a text that says what?
Well, actually, on the 28th, he texts me saying he wants to come in and measure the doorway. So I, sure, fine. When are you coming? As you have read it yourself.
But that's not suspicious.
Right.
You have to get your stuff in. So that
right.
makes
So
sense.
I'm like, that's all good. So
Okay.
but he also says, by the way, what's the spelling of your full name and the address? I want to send you something. And I'm like doing my little shifty eyed in the text message for him, the little two brackets. Like, why are you trying to send me something? You're coming tomorrow. Bring it with you. He's like, it's a token of peace. I'm like, but we're not fighting. He's like, but we're going to be roommates. Just take the gift. LOL. I'm like, okay, I'm a little confused. You're coming tomorrow to measure the door, whatever it is, bring it with you. Oh no, it has to be mailed. Sure. So this is my last name. This is the zip code and everything. Whatever. Maybe it's like, whatever. That's
So
like,
you
what
did.
was it?
You gave him your.
Yes, I did. As you can see, I gave that to him, and I was like, okay.
And he says it's a surprise, a token
Right.
of peace, but we're not
What a
fighting.
surprise! Yes, I mean,
But we're going to be roomies. Yes, we
Right. Mm-hmm.
are. So take the gift. LOL. Okay.
LOL.
All right. Cool. Enjoy your dinner. Everybody's happy.
Right.
And then what?
So on the 30th in the morning at 8:30, he goes and texts me that
Good morning, Amanda. Question. On a monthly basis, we are going to look at the bills, utilities together and divide them accordingly. Electricity, 70-30. Water, 50-50. Drinking water, 50-50.
The utilities included Poland Spring.
So
drinking
you say,
water.
morning, you want to pay more for electricity? Because you think he means 70-30
for him because he
For
has
him.
a TV and everything. I don't have
because
those
it's
things.
already included.
Right.
How so? I'm confused. He answers, it was just a number. But since you're home, your consumption's obviously more than mine. So now you realize he means you should pay 70, his
Right.
rent should go down, we should
Right.
recalculate all the
Right.
terms. Well, none of that really matters. Your rent is $750, that includes all the utilities. It's only if the electricity suddenly goes above the normal, $80 a month, that the excess is shared. He says, $80 is excessive already. I rather just have a base rent and build on utilities from there.
Right.
And you respond, but that's not the ad you responded to, and neither the arrangement I agreed to rent my room under. Both my ad and my conversation with you stated clearly I'm renting a room for $750 with utilities included. I don't intend on changing my leasing arrangements, Justo. He says, perhaps we have a different notion of what our arrangements are. This is now at 11:55 on January
Right.
30th, 2 days before you're supposed to move in.
Right.
I believe that we were coming to live together based on a partnership where things are discussed and decided as a cohesive unit, not me renting a room in your house. And you respond, I'm not looking for a friend, nor am I looking for a partner, Justo. I am looking for a roommate. You answer, well, I'm looking for a friend and a partnership. So it seems we're incompatible. So you say, so what are you saying? Are you backing out of the agreement? You know what I am looking for. That is all.
That's all cryptic all of a sudden.
That is all. You make the decision. You answer, no, I'm afraid the decision needs to come from you. And he answers, return my deposit if you are unwilling or unable to accommodate my demands. And you respond, I'm afraid that's not how it works. You forfeit your deposit. I took my room off the market. I sent away potential roommates for you, for your promise. And now I have to start my search again. This is why the law exists, to protect us against situations like this. I'm sorry it didn't work out. Then that's it.
That's it. I don't hear anything from him. I wait
So
24
January
hours.
31st, which is the day before February 1st, you say to him, just verifying you're not going to be here tomorrow. You forfeited your deposit when you pulled out of the deal. The room is no longer available. I'm sorry for any misunderstandings you may have suffered, and I wish you good luck with finding the friendship and the cohesive unit you're seeking.
And that was it. And I hear nothing until I get a court date.
Right. Why didn't you communicate with her any further on the 30th or the 31st? Because by then you'd already made the decision, you don't want to live there and you want to go ahead and live in the situation you're living in? Or?
No, she told me that the room was unavailable and that
You
she
think
would.
it's her fault?
I think so, yeah. She
Really?
said it was unavailable and I couldn't get the money back. So I had no
Right.
choice.
You think she gave you no choice?
She said it was unavailable.
Right.
Your Honor, I waited 24.
Please stop.
Sure.
I've done this without you my whole life.
Sure.
You think that your text to her saying, I want to change the terms. I'm looking for a friend in a partnership so we're incompatible. Return my deposit if you're not going to meet my demands. That is all. You think that's her breaching the lease?
But I didn't sign the lease.
You think that's her breaching the agreement that you guys had?
No.
That's you breaching the agreement that you
Right.
guys had. Right, that's why you're not getting your money back. The fact that you didn't sign a lease is irrelevant. There's still verbal contracts. And this is very clearly, thank God for text and email,
Yes.
a verbal contract that you backed out of, not her, by attempting to change the terms 48 hours before you're supposed to start living there. So I find in favor of the defendant in this case, and she doesn't have to return a penny.
Thank you.
All right, so he comes out empty-handed, the plaintiff here. What's you feeling coming out of the courtroom here?
Bad. Very bad.
Explain that.
She said the room was unavailable and then she didn't want to give me the deposit. I couldn't move in and I couldn't get the room.
So what did you mean when you said in that note to her that you know what I want? What were you referring to?
He's trying to change the terms. I thought it was unfair.
You weren't asking her to,
No.
You know
No.
what I'm asking, right?
Yeah.
That's not what you meant?
No.
Really?
She's not my type.
Okay. All right.
All right,
around
guys,
there.
right this way, please.
Okay, right around there. All right, so come on in here. Are you satisfied? I didn't even know how to put that into words. Satisfied?
Well, of course I am. I thought it was a little bit ridiculous as it was. So I'm just glad that it's all settled.
Was there any doubt in your mind what he was asking from you?
No, I mean, it was just very fishy, very shifty-eyed.
So how'd you get involved with him in the first place?
It was a simple Craigslist list that obviously he didn't read clearly because I stated I was looking for a female roommate, one with only a goldfish, if any, a pet. But he was a guy with a pit bull. So, yeah.
Okay, to the street, Harvey.
Once you make a deal, you are stuck. The only way to change it is if the other person agrees and both sides get something in return for the change. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.